everybody, this is Allie. Welcome back to my channel, Color Mama 360. It's time for another video. So good morning, good night, good middle of the night, depending on when you're watching. And it is everybody's favorite video, including one of my favorites to make. It is monthly completed pages time. So I'm so excited to share with you guys what I completed this month. And I have to say, I'm usually coming from a place when I share my completed pages of I always like to know what I can do better. And that's not me just being hard on myself. It's just I really like to kind of give myself feedback and incorporate that into my pages. But I have to say, I am so pleased with so many of the pages that I completed this month. I am honestly so shocked that they just turned out the way that I envisioned them, that I wanted them to. So that makes me even more excited to share them with you guys. Let's jump into it, and I will talk first about what I completed and what I didn't. So here are my June plans. I did do the double page spread in Summer Nights. I worked on that over May as well, so I finished that up this month. I did 2 pages in Matchstick Mouse. Oh my goodness, Matchstick Mouse, which is a book I'm trying to finish. I did 1 page in Princess Kawaii, and it actually was not the page I originally had planned, but that's okay. I did my June page in Tiny Year. I did, I'm just calling it the pregnancy page, but it does have a name. It's the Nova page in Wondrous Folk. I did 2 pages in Capybara Cuties. As usual, that's a project book, or sorry, that's a group buddy color book. I finished up the flower and the butterfly page in Leon's Journey. I am part of a group for that book, and that flower butterfly page was actually May's page, but I didn't feel like doing June's page anyway, so I just went ahead and finished up May's page. I'll come back to this one. I did the shell page. I'm not sure. I think actually finished that in May. Because yeah, I'm not sure why I put that on here. Maybe I thought I wasn't gonna finish it. I'll come back to that one. I did the Mother and Baby PDF by Mariola Budek. I did not get to either of the other books on my 26 books list. I still did not get to Romantic Gothic. That is becoming a really hard book for me to get into, to be honest. Um, I did the pick that I let my toddler choose a page for her birthday. That was from Catitude. And then I did all 3 of my seasonal picks: Lulu's House of Wonder, Magical Land of Lara Mia, Hidden Earth. I did not get to Alien Worlds. I did do the Color Me Dinosaur page, and I did not get to Fairy Tale World. So the ones I didn't get to, this season's double page spread, this is something that I'm just been chipping away at. It's a pretty cumbersome double page spread, so you can see that in my plans video because it's a whip I'm coming back to. And then you'll also see in that video the Color Me Mermaid Sunset Dolphin page. That is a whip I'm coming back to. And then I didn't start anything, so I don't have any whips to show you in this video because I won't I only show whips in this video if they're whips that I don't plan on coming back to for the month of July. So I showed you the ones that I do plan on coming back to, but this is what I got to. So now looking over just my stats for the month, I did 18 pages. 2 of those were double page spreads, but I count them as individual pages in 14 books, and 3 of those books were uncolored. So not too bad. Definitely better than last month, I believe, because I know last month felt really, low. So 12 pages. 8 books, 2 uncolored books. I do want to get to more of my uncolored books, so I do kind of have an unofficial goal in July to get to more of my uncolored books. And it's hard because, as we all know, I say that, but I'm also adding uncolored books pretty consistently. Although I think I finally have gotten to a place where I won't be adding any of my own soon, but I do have family members who are bringing some back for me from other countries. They've given me like a sneak peek, so there will still be more coming down the pipeline. Before we jump into completed pages, I also wanted to share a couple other projects I've been working on. So these are the Master Color Palette Library from Joanna Stone, and I bought these, printed them out, and then my husband was kind enough to laminate them for me, and then I cut them again. So, yeah. The last thing that I have to do for this project is I'm going to put them on little ring, what do you call those? Like little rings so that they stay together and I can fan them through them and stuff like that. So, just wanted to share that little project in case anybody is interested in getting those. I highly recommend. I'm so excited to be able to use them, and I'm trying to make them as accessible to me as possible so that I use them frequently. The other project that I've been working on are, and this will come as a surprise to those of you that watched my unpopular opinions video where I talked about how I don't think swatching is necessary. I still don't know if I think it's necessary, but I decided to try it out, and I got these color swatch fan decks from Lucy Fox Arts. I talked about these on my podcast as well, but here they are in the flesh. So I have done this much of the Prismacolor ones. So that means I still have this one and then this whole page of Prismacolors, and then I have the Polychromos ones as well. And then my plan for these is similar. So I will cut them out, laminate them. Obviously, I'll have to cut them again after I laminate them, put a hole punch, and then put them on a little ring so that they can fan out like how they're meant to be, swatch fan deck. So that is another project that I have been working on this month. Just wanted to share those with you guys real fast. And now let's jump into completed pages. So I am going to start with PDFs just because I keep them on top so they don't get ruined. This was just like a fun little PDF. This is a freebie by Morgan O'Brien, just all alcohol marker. I actually set up a coloring table at my daughter's birthday, and this was the page that everyone colored. So this was my page, and it's just straight alcohol marker. So you'll hear me, I kind of mentioned this page on my podcast when I interviewed Jess from Coloring Bumblebee and talked about I didn't know if I should include it in completed pages or not, but I really liked the way that it turned out and it was fun and it is a completed page. So that was just a fun little quick one that I wanted to share with you guys. The next one is part of my 26 pages for 2026 list, and it is this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful portrait by Mariola Budek. And I bought this a while ago, and it's been a page I really wanted to color, and I cannot express to you how happy I am with the way that it turned out. Let me just move you guys over just a tad. So yeah, this is how it ended up turning out. I used Albrecht Dürer watercolor pencils activated with water, and that's it. I didn't go back over them dry or anything. I wanted that kind of watercolor effect. So I'm really happy with this page. Definitely one of my favorites from the month, and I think that I could definitely print this out and color it again. I really enjoyed coloring it, and I think it would be fun to do like some different versions as well. Not anytime soon, but I think that would be fun, and that's the great thing about PDFs. The next one is from the Princess Kawaii Mega Pact by Kevin Teo Art, and it is Esmeralda. So I had originally planned to do Cinderella this month, but I just wasn't feeling it, so I chose Esmeralda instead. And this is how it came out. I based the page with alcohol markers, as I usually do with these pages, and then I went over the top with Prismacolor pencils. So happy with the way that that one turned out as well. I couldn't find a picture of this guy, and so I kind of improvised, but um, that's okay. So that is my page from the Princess Kawaii Mega Pact by Kevin Teo Art, and I am trying to finish that book by the end of the year. All right, next is Summer Nights by Hannah Carlzon. Now, this has been a project book on the channel since January, and this will be the last month that it's a project book. Doesn't mean I'm never going to color in it again, but it just means that I'm not going to be focusing on it as much as I have been the first half of the year. And to finish off its time as a project book, I just finished up this double page spread that I had been working on, and I'm really pleased with the way that this one came out as well. And I'm actually really pleased with the way that it looks on camera. These are a lot more yellow, it looks like on camera, than they actually are in real life. They're more of a pinkish peach kind of color. But yeah, I'm really happy with this one. The background is soft pastel. Everything was based, right? Yeah, based with Albert Durr's Prismacolor over the top. So yeah, I love seeing it complete a double page spread, but especially a Hannah Carlson double page spread makes it even better. And I think this one or the grasshopper one is probably my favorite that I did during the time that it was a project book, but I'll talk a little bit more in depth about that in my quarter two wrap up as well. That is Summer Nights by Hannah Carlson. Next is Wondrous Folk by Christine Caron. Now, this has also been a project book on the channel. It started out as kind of more of an unofficial project book because I got the book after I had already chosen two project books for the first half of the year. But I love the way that Prismacolors work in this book, and so I decided that I was going to try my best to also do a page in here a month, and I only use Prismacolor pencils for the foreground, and then sometimes I use chalk pastels, as you'll see on this page, for the background. And again, I am just absolutely so pleased with the way that this one turned out. It's going to be really, really hard to pick a favorite this month. I love the background. I love the way that I did the clothing. It just it turned out exactly what I was envisioning for this page. So, and I knew that this was definitely a page when I got the book that I really wanted to color, and so it feels like this fits to kind of wrap up this book's time as a project book. Again, that doesn't mean that I'm never going to come back to it. Just means that there won't be as much focus on it. So yeah, and that is the Nova page. So that's Wondrous Folk by Christine Caron. Next is Capybara Cuties by Rob Parkinson, and this is a group buddy color book with a bunch of people. I'll try to put their names on the screen. And we did this page. I believe I want to say Emma chose this page. So yeah, I'm happy with this page, but I based it and then I came back later and I think I kind of lost my vision for it just a tad. I like the colors, but I didn't execute it very well. And I have to say, I did not like the castle arts at all on this page, on this paper. So I based everything with alcohol marker and then I went over the top of some things with the castle art pastel tints. And yeah, I personally just did not like the way that they worked on this paper. They just felt really hard to blend for me and I just wasn't getting what I was looking for, I guess. But overall, I like the color palette. I just wish I would have executed it a little bit better. And then the next page I actually got to choose, and it's this strawberry and watermelon page. I love coloring strawberries and I love coloring watermelon. So this was definitely the page for me, based with alcohol marker over the top with Prismacolors. And yeah, the only thing I think I would do differently on this page is I just colored the watermelon a little bit weird, this whole watermelon. I should have just looked up a picture and followed a picture because I don't think what I thought in my mind it was going to look like is what ended up on the page. But that's okay. And then I did use a little bit of a hoo hoo glitter marker on these stars and the hearts. So yeah, pleased with that page as well. It does look like I accidentally got something over here on this guy, but that's okay. It's not too bad. So that's Capybara Cuties by Rob Parkinson. And the group is so big now that it's really hard for me to put everybody's pages on the screen. But I have been trying to post them on my Instagram. So make sure to keep a lookout for that on Instagram if you want to see everybody's pages. Next is Matchstick Mouse, a pumpkin party coloring book. This is another book that I am trying to finish before October. And I apologize, it looks like I forgot to mark my pages. But the pages I did this month were, can I even remember? I think this one and this one. I can't even remember, guys. I believe this one for sure. I think I'm really pleased again with the way that this one turned out. The rain is a little funky back there, but I really like down here, especially the way that I did the water and the log. I think all of that just turned out really great. And then I'm pretty sure I did this one this month too. Yeah, I'm like 99% sure I did this one. I could look at my planner, but I'm pretty sure I did this one this month as well. And again, I'm just pleased with the way that it worked out. So I based both of these with alcohol marker and did Prismacolor over the top. And I think I say this every video, but I started doing alcohol marker forgetting that there was words on the back of the page. So now I just do that for every page because you can still read the words. And I don't think I decided it wasn't really that big of a deal. And if I was going to do it for one page, then I might as well just go do it for all the pages because it's so much easier to be able to base these pages with the alcohol markers. So that is Matchstick Mouse Pumpkin Party Coloring Book. And then the last book in my project books and books to complete is Tiny Year by Agotapop. And I did the June page. And I'm really happy with the way that this one turned out as well. I really couldn't see a color palette for this one. I was not feeling very inspired by it. I didn't know what I was going to do with it. And then I found a color palette on Pinterest that had these colors, and that just seemed to be what I thought would fit for this page. So based everything with alcohol marker, over the top with Prismacolor pencils, and then I didn't end up going over the top of the peach just because I thought that it looked fine the way that it was. It didn't really feel like it needed anything else, and the page was feeling complete. So, but everything else has some Prismacolor over the top. So I'm really happy again with the way that that one turned out. Okay, next is Lulu's House of Wonder by Lulu Mayo. And the page that I did is this one with the unicorn for Junicorn, I guess. This wasn't the page I originally had planned, so I didn't make that connection until a little while after. But this was a buddy color with my awesome friend Tiku over at Tiku's Coloring Corner. And I will put their page up on the screen here shortly. But I just want to make sure, yes, okay, what I used. So I will put Tiku's page and name up in just a second. But on my page, I based with alcohol marker, and I used polychromos over the top, right? Okay, hang on. Let me just double check again. But I'm pretty sure that's what I used. No. Oh, I used a combination. That's why I'm confused. So alcohol marker base, and then I used a combination of Prismacolors and polychromos over the top. So some elements are Prismacolor, some elements are polychromos. So I'm happy with the way that this one turned out. I wouldn't say it's like up there at the very top of my favorites. I like the color palette, but it also felt a little forced. Like it, yeah, I'm not sure if that makes sense, but anyways, I like the page a lot. I don't think it's super high up there on my favorites, but it's definitely in the middle somewhere. I like it. I don't not like it. I think it turned out great. It's just I don't think it turned out as great as some of the other pages this month. But Tiku's page was amazing, and I really, really liked the cohesiveness of their page and just the way that they're able to. It's hard with Lulu's pages sometimes when you have so many different things going on to make pages look cohesive, and they're able to just use a variety of colors while also, um, I don't know, just like maintaining that cohesiveness. So thank you so, so much for buddying with me. Your page turned out amazing as always, and I can't wait for our next buddy color. So that is my page in Lulu's House of Wonder by Lulu Mayo. Next, I have a page from Color Me Dinosaurs for Kids by Ella Yarzenbach. And the page I did was this one. And this was an uncolored book. This book was actually gifted to me by Tiku over at Tiku's Coloring Corner. So that was a nice transition. I based everything with alcohol markers, and the sky is alcohol marker. And then I went over the top of everything except for the water and the sky with Prismacolor pencils. So I left the water, and I'm actually not too upset with the way that turned out. It looks a little streaky, but it's water, and so I think it works better than maybe other elements, if that makes sense, to kind of just leave the streakiness. But yeah, I like the way that this one turned out, and this is such a cute, just kind of fun book. I really like Ella's books when I just want to do something with alcohol markers. I'll just come in and base a page. And I don't really care if I'm creating whips or not. I will talk more about that in an upcoming podcast episode about why I'm kind of letting go of the feelings around starting whips. Anyways, next up I have Catitude by Camelia DeRecco, and this was also an uncolored book. And if you remember from my plans video, I gave my toddler a couple of different books to choose from because it's her birthday month, and this was the page that she chose. So I went pretty simple with this page. I did Albrecht Dürer base and then polychromos over the top. I was trying to go for kind of that like rainbow fish look. I don't think I achieved it very well down here, but I like the way that I did it up here. So I think it just took doing these fish first to figure out, okay, this isn't how I want to do it. Let's try a different way. And I really like the way that these ones turned out. The big fish, not so much. I wish I would have done the big fish a little bit more like this since it is such a um, focal point. And then the cat, like I said, I based with the Albert Durers, and then I did the fur with polychromos. I'm going to be focusing a lot on trying to improve my fur over the second half of the year. And I don't think I did that bad for this page. I was pretty messy with it and just kind of all over the place because I wanted to make the cat look kind of fluffy. But yeah, overall, I think that it turned out okay. And I tried to make the cat look like our cat. We have a tuxedo cat, so that's why I did the white and the black. So yeah, that was a fun one too. I did think about doing the eyes, and I even looked up a picture to try to figure out how to do the eyes, and then I must have forgotten to come back in and do them. Nope, I remember now. I decided to just go over with a white gel pen. That's what it was. I decided not to give them color. Okay. It's not unfinished. That was intentional. So that is Catitude by Camelia DeRecco. Next is Hidden Earth by Rita Berman, and this was what I turned into a double page spread, and it is the Flamingos. And this is another favorite of the month. I mean, I just love the color palette I went for with this. Can't even remember how I chose it. Probably Pinterest, but the color combinations I chose just they really, really worked well together. And I love the way these two pages look next to each other. I'm so glad that I decided to do them all at once so that I could really keep that cohesiveness and not forget about what colors I used or anything like that. And I think that it turned out really great. I based everything, not everything, but I based a lot of the elements with Tombow Dual brush pens, which I really like on this paper. And then I went over the top with Prismacolor pencils. So that is from Hidden Earth by Rita Berman. The next is The Magical Land of Lara Mia. And if you've been watching the channel for a while, you will know that this is a book that I constantly, like all my Airy books, make plans in and don't color in. But I had a buddy in this book this month, and I have to say it is a good thing because I absolutely love the way that this page turned out too. So yeah, it was really motivating to have a buddy in a book that I had been avoiding because it motivated me to actually start. And not only did I start, but I love the way the page turned out, and I feel really motivated to come back to this book again. So I based everything with Albrecht Dürers, and the background is all Albrecht Dürers as well, at the grass. And then I activated them with water, and I went over the top with polychromos. I left the house, which is the Alberta is the background, and then some of the grass. No, all of the grass. Yeah. The only thing that I would do differently is I like that I was going for this effect of light shining on the bunny. I just went a little bit too far over here. So my shadow just needed to come a little bit more this way and it would have been fantastic. But either way, I really like the way that it turned out. Um, Even with that, it's still just one of my favorite pages I've probably ever done, honestly. I just really enjoyed the mediums that I use and the paper and everything just really worked well. And then, of course, my buddy Steph over at Steph Colors, she did an amazing job as well. And we both used greens. I, I remember that for sure. And then I know that some of her flowers I think were blue. Like our pages next to each other, they look different, but they also almost feel cohesive with each other, which I thought was really cool. And she did such an amazing job too and used a variety of different mediums, I believe, as well. And so, yeah, I think that these two just turned out great. And this is probably been one of my favorite buddy colors so far this year just because it got me coloring in this book that I had been continually avoiding. So thank you so much, Steph, for getting me to color in this book. And I'm looking forward to our next buddy color. That is The Magical Land of Laura Mia by Ari. And then the final book I have to show you is Leon's Journey by Kanoko Igusa. And I finished up a page that I had started last month, which was this Leon and the Butterfly page. I did this background in a video where I showed you like 3 quick backgrounds that I like to go to. This one was soft pastels. Um, and then I came in and did the rest of the foreground. I based with the Albert Durs and I went over the top with the Polychromos. Um, and same with Leon, he is polychromos as well. And so as you can see, again, I'm trying to improve fur. Now, Kanoko puts a lot of the lines for the fur in for you, so following them is really easy. It's just a matter of like keeping your pencil sharp and doing kind of those light flicks to really get that effect. I think I did it really well over here on the tail. I think in here is where there's still a lot of room for improvement, and right here. So I wonder if now I watched a video from Lauren Reed Colors on fur, and now I'm just remembering that she recommended going over the top with something to kind of blend it in. I wonder if that would help. Anyways, either way, for next time, that might be something that I try. And this is another page that I just really like the way that it turned out. Like I said, I'm just feeling really proud of my pages this month. There's a lot that I like that I think are going to be favorites of all time. So that is the last page that I have to show you. I hope that you enjoyed this video and hopefully you enjoyed watching it just as much as I enjoyed making it. And I can't wait to see what next month brings. Make sure that you are subscribed to the channel because July is my milestone month. So I'm doing some extra content, some different content, and reflecting back and celebrating 1 year on YouTube and over 1,000 followers. And I really want to celebrate you guys and everything that you have helped me achieve with the channel. So if you are not subscribed, make sure to do so. And I will see you guys next time. Happy coloring, everybody. Bye.